You're tuning into Relationship Wednesday, where we expose the lies, set fire to the bullshit, and show you what real love should actually feel like. This is the Bad Influence Podcast, the one they warn you about. I'm your host, Bjordan Banderas, and today we're cutting through manipulation, codependency, and toxic patterns with a machete. If you're tired of walking on eggshells in your relationship, it ends now. Raw truth, real growth. Let's get into it. Ladies, this one is for you. Wake the hell up. If you've let a few bad experiences convince you that all men are monsters, you've already lost the battle for your own happiness. Let me be honest. Let's be honest. And look, I'm not throwing shade at you or anything like that. I'm lighting a fire, because allowing bitterness to rule your heart builds walls that keep out the very thing you crave: genuine love and connection. Yes, men have done horrible things to women. We all know that. We all know that at this point. We have the internet. We can Google. We see the news. So we know. But letting a few rotten apples spoil your entire orchard is a recipe for perpetual heartbreak. And you don't want to have that kind of heartbreak, because it's perpetual. Literally will last forever. You will take it with you until the day that you die. But here's the brutal truth. Women who've been hurt or who've absorbed others' horror stories often do this one thing that good men hate. They test them relentlessly. Oh, man. I've been through that, and I can tell you, it sucks. It's annoying. Because testing isn't a harmless filter. No, it's not. It's laying landmines in your relationship and waiting for your partner to step on them. Men sense it immediately and recoil. We're like, ooh, what the hell? This is a test? I don't want to do this. I didn't sign up for this. I want a relationship. What kind of relationship is this? So let's get into what testing really looks like. It's loaded questions, impossible standards, emotional traps. Every interaction is a pass-fail exam designed to confirm your fear that all men are untrustworthy. That's right, untrustworthy. But here's the thing. You never gave him a fair shot. You rigged the game before he even said hello. That's not self-protection. That's self-sabotage. Imagine a man walking into a minefield of distrust. Every text you send is a trap. Every silence you interpret as guilt. How long before he calls it quits? A day, 2, a week, something like that, right? Testing does not keep you safe. It robs you of the very thing you crave: authentic intimacy, respect, and love. So let's pause for a second. I know you've been hurt. I know that. I'm not minimizing your pain. I'm not. Your scars are real and valid. Let me say that, okay? But the way you respond to that pain is your responsibility. Your subconscious mind screams, trust no one and you'll never get hurt again. But safety is not love. And your subconscious can't tell the difference. You must teach it. That's right. This is something that I have learned within myself. That you have to teach your subconscious how to feel and how to see things. Because men hate feeling like perpetual suspects. Like, who wants to go through that, right? Oh, you cheated. No, I was actually talking to a friend at work. Oh, why don't you show me your phone? Because I have nothing to hide. Like, why are you questioning me and doing all these things, right? That's how it feels. Good men crave trust, respect, and belief just as much as you do. Testing them endlessly is like telling them they'll never measure up. And how would you feel if your man does the same thing to you. And when you do that, you crush their spirit and push them away. Not because they've done anything wrong, but because they know they deserve better than being judged before a single word is spoken. Testing becomes a twisted form of validation. See? I was right. He fails. But here's the brutal flip. This is what I want you to understand. If he fails the fake test, you'll blame him. I've seen it. And if he passes, you still won't trust him. That cycle loops endlessly. Each victory over a failed test only deepens your battle scars. You create evidence for the belief you're desperate to confirm. Picture a woman named Jasmine. She was cheated on, lied to, and abandoned. Now, every new guy has to prove his loyalty with impossible challenges, down to the minute replies, proof of whereabouts, relentless questioning. Probably you have done this, and it's okay. That's why we're here. We're about to change that. Eventually, Jasmine's circle of potential partners thinned. Good men got tired of jumping through hoops to prove innocence. They left, and Jasmine's world grew lonelier. That's the self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what a lot of you women are doing right now. You test them, they fail. You leave, and your belief that all men are bad gets reinforced. Testing isn't protection. It's a prison built from your own fear. You lock yourself away from the possibility of real connection. So let's get psychological. Let's understand why this happens, right? Your subconscious is about survival. It tries to shield you from pain by whispering, never trust. Don't trust anyone. All men are the same. But love demands risk. It truly does. You must override that script. So here's a hack that you can use. Stop the testing cycle today. Print those words, stick them on your mirror, and stare them down whenever you catch yourself slipping into suspicion. You need to operate from conscious choice, not fear-driven habit, because if you do that, you're not going to get out the outcome of life that you want. So ask yourself, is this a legitimate red flag, or is this my past pain playing on repeat? When you feel suspicion rise, pause, breathe, label the feeling, this is fear, and then acknowledge it and choose a different response. Instead of setting traps, have raw, honest conversations. That's right. Ladies, have those conversations. If your man is not able to have those hard conversations, you don't need to test them. You don't need to put traps or anything like that. That's the answer you need at that point. So you need to tell him, I've been hurt before, and sometimes I find myself doubting. I want to trust you. I just need transparency. Make that your powerful anchor. Speak it out loud and feel the truth in your body. This clarity rewires your brain from suspicion to openness. Next, I know this is going to be hard. I get it. Give him a clean slate. Start every interaction with, until you show me otherwise, I believe you. Hold on. I'm not done. And if he shows you his true colors, then you can walk away and talk all the shit you want about him. He earned it by choice. By hurting you, he made that choice. Go at it. Anyway, that tiny decision flips the entire dynamic. When you approach relationships with that mindset, you stop attracting men who thrive on drama. Instead, you draw in men who value honesty, respect, and maturity. I'm telling you, I've seen this at work, and it can work for you. So let's talk about vulnerability. Because just like men, a lot of women think that vulnerability is a weakness. A lot of women are like, I'm never gonna be vulnerable again because I got hurt. It's a weakness, it's whatever. And if you don't believe me, guess what? I saw that with my mom. So there you go. But guess what? Vulnerability is not a weakness. It's your greatest strength. I say this to men and women because when you expose your fears instead of hiding behind tests, men feel respected and motivated to show up fully. The good men out there will do that. The nice men will run away. Vulnerability invites depth. That's one thing that a lot of people don't understand. That's why I love being vulnerable with my wife because it invites depth. It says, I trust you enough to reveal my wounds. Good men will lean in to heal, not shrink away from challenges. You have to understand that. But before you can be vulnerable, you must heal your past consciously. That's right, consciously. Therapy, journaling, talking to trusted friends, whatever it takes, do the work. Don't drag old baggage into new relationships. I once met a woman who wrote her fears on sticky notes. That's right, she did. I used to work with her. All men are liars. I don't deserve love. Then she rewrote them daily. Not all men are bad. I deserve trust. That simple act of reprogramming her subconscious changed her entire reality. She stopped testing men and started trusting. Suddenly, healthy relationships blossom. But here's the deeper shift. Men want to be your partner, not your therapist or punching bag. You can't make someone fix you. That's right, ladies. You can't make someone fix you. Only you can do the inner work to heal. When you stop making innocent men pay for another man's sins, you open the door to real happiness. You begin to see each new person as an entirely fresh universe, not a rehash of past betrayals. This mindset shift is uncomfortable because your subconscious fights it. Fear is familiar. It is. Pain is familiar. It is. Trust and vulnerability feel like stepping off a cliff. Let's be honest. But here's the beauty of this. When you consciously embrace vulnerability, you reclaim your power. You become the chooser, not the prisoner of fear. You choose love over suspicion, healing over bitterness, trust over testing. That choice transforms every relationship you enter. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about ignoring red flags. No, it is not. It's about recognizing that red flags belong to specific individuals, not all men. Replace blanket statements with honest curiosity. Every time you catch yourself generalizing, all men will cheat, stop and ask, am I being fair or am I letting my heart speak? Judge actions, not assumptions. That's right. I know that's hard to do. We are human. We are not perfect. But you can do it. Evaluate behavior objectively and communicate clearly about what you need. That's the other thing that women don't do. A lot of you don't like to communicate. Good men exist. Men of integrity, loyalty, and kindness. They're everywhere, but your suspicion blinds you to them. That's right. It's like holding a brick to your face and wondering why you can't see. You're like, oh my gosh, where are all the good men? They're pretty much sometimes in front of you, but you cannot see them because there's something blocking your eyes from seeing them. Your subconscious beliefs shape your entire reality. If you believe all men are bad, guess what you experience? Exactly that. Something that confirms your belief. So if you truly want a loving relationship, you must consciously create a new belief. There are trustworthy men out there, and I deserve one. That's right. Test less, trust more. Talk openly, communicate clearly, and heal intentionally. Because Real love demands risk, vulnerability, and courage. It asks you to drop your weapons and show up authentically. Let go of inherited bitterness. Rewrite your relationship narrative from this moment forward. Let your past pain inform you, but never let it control you. Imagine you're standing at a rooftop bar in the heart of the city. Lights glittering like stars all around. A cool breeze carries the distant hum of traffic below, and the skyline silhouette frames the night. Alright? Just pay attention, just imagine it. You're dressed to impress. Heels clicking against the concrete as you approach the patio table where he's waiting. His silhouette looks promising in the soft glow of string lights. The air tastes like possibility. Your heart hammers because the last time you let yourself feel something, you got burned. And it happens. You replay those final text messages in your mind all afternoon. Sorry, I'm just not that into you. The betrayal still stings. So tonight, you're determined not to make the same mistake twice. You swallow hard, reminding yourself he better be worth it. Your subconscious is whispering, trust no one. Prove him guilty before he speaks. As he greets you with a warm smile, you force yours to stay polite while your gut winds tighter, ready to spring the first trap to test his loyalty. As you sit down, you open with a casual question. So, what are your intentions with me? Be honest. His eyebrows lift, concerned. You press on. I want to know if you're serious. How can I trust you won't disappear? Every follow-up, you deliver. Why did you date only 3 women last year? Are you hiding something? Feels like pouring gasoline on a smoldering fire in your chest. You're convinced that if you don't lay landmines, he'll step on you instead. Each question cuts deep. If he says the wrong thing, I'll have proof. Then I'll be right. But with every test, you see his smile fade, replaced by guarded caution. He shifts in his seat, eyes wary, and you feel a flicker of relief until you realize he's already stepping back, bracing himself. Suddenly, you catch his gaze and notice genuine hurt. In that moment, you feel a jolt. You remember the nights you cried alone because you felt unworthy. The walls you build around your heart break by break. You recall whispering to yourself, no one will ever stay, until you believed it. But tonight, something changes. Tonight is the night. You push aside the next question, breathe in that night air, and decide, I'm done hurting before we even begin. You lean forward and say, I've been hurt before. I'm scared. Your voice quivers, but you keep going. I won't test you. Tonight, I'm just going to listen. He exhales, relief softening his face, and reaches for your hand. In that instant, vulnerability becomes your weapon. He shares his own fears, how he's been ghosted, how he's guarded, and you realize that by lowering your defenses, you give him room to do the same. The tension in your chest loosens like a knot undone. Right now, your subconscious mind has been programmed to shield you with suspicion. It whispers, test him first, or you'll get hurt again. But that autopilot loop is a prison. When you transform fear into vulnerability, admitting your pain instead of rigging tests, you rewrite the script. Trust isn't blind. It's a conscious choice. Tonight, you chose to believe. Until you show me otherwise, I trust you. That simple decision opens the doors to genuine intimacy. You stop laying landmines and instead build a bridge. One conversation, one confession at a time. This is the truth. Testing men relentlessly isn't self-protection, it's self-sabotage. By embracing vulnerability, you free yourself from past wounds and invite authentic love. Remember this rooftop moment whenever suspicion rises. Label it fear, Breathe and choose openness instead. That choice will lead you to the connection you've been craving. Now, step off the edge of doubt, drop your defenses, and let trust guide you to a relationship built on truth, not traps. Remember, the choice is yours. And that's it for today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out an episode, and have a great day.